It's part 4 of our conversation with Tower of Power. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music. In this series, we talk to 3 of the main guys in this band. Leader, tenor sax player, and lead vocalist, Emilio Castillo. And on baritone sax, Stephen Doc Kupka. And legendary drummer, David Garibaldi. In this episode, it's all David. A lot of drummers were going, and my drumming teacher, and I'd go, what? And they'd stop there and they'd go, yes, I have a drumming teacher. And not everyone, that's just different phases of whatever music. But I mean, when I heard that Doug Clifford was, secretly wanted to learn a few extra things to expand his vocabulary from CCR, I was surprised still, though.
I always admired teachers in the same way that I admired players. And so I had these player heroes. I still have them, right? But then I have teacher heroes who, to me, what they did for me was so brilliant because and so they helped me out of that, helped me to see that I actually had value and that I could do something. And so I always loved that, about those men. And it became where I wanted to be a teacher as much as I wanted to be a player. That's kind of been this sort of journey, is developing as a teacher and developing as a player. And I think that taking lessons, if you got a problem, go take lessons with somebody. If you have something you want to work out, go take lessons. The thing about taking lessons that I think a lot of people miss is that taking lessons isn't because you can't do something. It's because you need to optimize. If you really think about it, you want to optimize what you already do. You want to make it better. That's why you study, right? You don't study because you're a mess. You study because you want to get better. That's the other view of it. And so in order to optimize what you do, you go find the best person that you can work with that can open your mind so that you understand about yourself so that you can create, right? Teach somebody to create, teach somebody to be themselves. That's what the teachers that I had, and actually the people that I still go to work with, that's what they do. They're some of the most creative people ever, that at least that I know. And they're my friends, but they're also my teachers.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I kind of view it like that. I mean, there's one guy in particular. We've made so much music together. We're working on a project together right now. He's the most crazy, undisciplined looking person, but the smartest guy. He was a college professor, or he's now a retired college professor.
Who is he?
But okay, Michael Spiro. His name is Michael Spiro. Brilliant gentleman. And looks like he just got out of bed. He's an amazing guy. I ask him sometimes, "What, you been in your son's closet? I mean, what's going on there?" And he's just such a stunningly intelligent person, but a really great player. He can play, man. And he plays all the Cuban stuff, the folklore Cuban stuff, and all the Brazilian stuff. And he does it like they do. He speaks Spanish like a Cuban does. He's just an amazing guy, but he's so fun to be with. And every time I'm with him, I learn something. Every time. I'm not kidding. We have so much fun, but I can go home and I can look back on our moments together that we just spent. I'm thinking, holy crap, I learned something else. How many people do you know that are like that, that have such an impact on you and that, that impact your life in that way? And so I have other people like that too. I observe, and, the people that I'm real close to, I love them, man. I learn from them in all kind of different ways,
Well, first of all, start with the tour with CCR. What was that like? I mean, Santana, I would get more, but CCR, what was that tour like?
Well, we played with the lights on, that was, literally, it was a big experience for us. It was a big deal because I had been given Doug Clifford drum lessons at his house up in the Berkeley Hills in Kensington. He lived in Kensington. And so secret drum lessons, he couldn't tell Fogerty about. John Fogerty, he couldn't tell him. So one day he says to me while I'm up at his house, he says, "Hey, would you guys be interested in opening for us, touring with us, you know?" Hell yes. This is Creedence Clearwater.
One of the biggest bands in the world at the time.
At the time, they were the biggest thing, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so we did a bunch of shows with them, playing with the lights on, you know, had people throwing stuff at us and that kind of thing. Really, that really happened. And
I heard you say once, throwing beer bottles at us, sometimes full.
yeah, it was Coke cans, yeah.
Oh, Coke cans, yeah.
Yeah, that was in Shreveport, Louisiana.
We'll have more of our conversation with the great Tower of Power coming up in 3-4 days. Make sure you comment on our video, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. I'm John Beaudin from Rocky Stream Music.